So today we're going to do one type of factoring called completing the square. And completing the square is something that you would use when you can't typically just look at it and know how to factor it out. Because as of right now, we know how to do the AC method, which is just our typical factoring method. And we know how to do quadratic formula. And we know how to factor by grouping, but completing the square is going to be something that's really helpful in this course in pre-calculus, and it's going to be helpful in your future math courses. So this is the quadratic form, and it's something that you should be able to recognize, and we are wanting to change it to be in vertex form. And this is what vertex form is. It's f of x equals a times x minus h squared plus k, with your center being HK. So this is an example of something already being in quadratic form, and we are looking to put it into vertex form. So what we're going to do first, we're going to factor out the 2 from the first two terms. So we are going to do 2 times x squared minus 10x plus 3. So that's some easy factoring. And now what we're going to do is the actual completing the square. And right now all that we're really concerned about is what's inside these parentheses right here. And we're going to use a little formula here, I'll put it in a different color, of b over 2 squared. And this entire time it looks like that we're going to be changing the formula, but really we're not actually changing the value of this at all. So I'm going to write these changes in red. So we already have 2 times x squared minus 10x. And in red here, I'm going to write, we're going to do b, which is our 10 right here, because of the formula being ax squared plus bx, bx plus c. So we're going to do 10 over 2 squared, and we're going to subtract it too. So it's essentially we're just adding and subtracting it, so we're not really making a difference in the value of it. So, and then plus 3, like we had before. So now the terms that we're really concerned about to make it look like vertex form is going to be right in here. So we're going to just have that in the parentheses. So we're going to have 2 times x squared minus 10x plus 10 over 2, which I'm just going to go ahead and write as 5 squared. And we're pulling out the negative 10 over 2 squared. And when we are pulling that out, when we're pulling this out, we have to multiply it by 2 because we're pulling it out of the parentheses. So we're going to have negative 2 times 5 squared plus 3, right? So now we are just going to go ahead and simplify that, make it look a little bit prettier. So just rewriting the first few terms here, and I'm just going to leave this as 5 squared. We know it's 25, but we're just going to leave it like this because it's going to be relevant later. So we have 25 times 2, which is 50, plus 3. So I'm going to go ahead and simplify that to be 47. Alright, and from here, you're going to use your x. I'm going to put this in red so it's nice and neat for you. We're going to use our x, we're going to use this sign, we're going to use this number to fill out our vertex form. So in parentheses, we're going to have x minus 5 and the whole thing squared. Put the 2 out in front from right here. We're going to put the negative 47 from right here. And this right here is now our vertex form, with our center being HK, if we remember from our vertex form. So we will have a x minus h minus k. So HK being 5, sorry, that's supposed to be plus, 547, negative 47. There, that's our center. And this is a little further down the line, but this is something that's going to help you when it comes to doing circles, because you're going to have to complete the square more than one time per equation, because you're going to have x's and y's. So this is just a little rundown of how to do completing the square, and that's why this center here is going to be relevant later, because you're going to have to find the center and radius of your circle. But that is something you don't have to worry about right now, and I hope that you found this completing the square helpful.